Now, when I uploaded my first Undertale roommate video, I didn't expect it to blow up. Now, normally I'd like to separate my content out and post a variety of different things, but school's getting a bit crazy these past couple weeks, so I wanted to make something a little light. Anyways, if you haven't seen the first video yet, let me catch you up to speed. A few weeks ago, I ranked the main characters of Undertale on how good they would be as roommates. I went over their overall personalities, living conditions, and more. So today I'll just be doing the same with just more of the cast. By the way, this is just my opinion and all that, and if you have your own ranking, leave it in the comments. By the way, if you stay until the end, I'll combine this list and my first one into a giant single ranking. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started.
That's a wonderful idea.
Alright, now come on, who didn't see this one coming? Now, I remember there were a couple of you who said you wanted to have Flowey as a roommate, and to that I have to say, no thank you. Before anyone comes at me with their pitchforks raised, I am ranking Flowey and Azrael separately, and he will show up later on this list, don't you worry. Anyways, Flowey's definitely not going to be a good roommate. If I have to give him a positive, it's that he just takes up very little space, because he's a tiny little flower man. I mean, just look at him. Now, like I said in my last roommate video, the characters won't be hating humans because in this context they're all free, but I genuinely don't know about Flowey. Like, the other characters just end up becoming your friend despite initially hating you, but Flowey only ends up becoming kinda good after he absorbs the souls and becomes Azrael. He even states at the end of the game that he'll stop feeling love when he transforms back into Flowey, so yeah, I would not want a cold, emotion-deprived flower as a roommate, even if I could just put him in a cardboard box if he gets on my nerves. Now, just a heads up, Mad Dummy is not going to be on this list. Canonically, the Mad Dummy becomes Mew Mew, and she even replaces them in the True Pacifist credits. Anyways, Mew Mew is probably going to be an alright roommate. She isn't horrible. Kind of. Despite being your friend after fighting her, she still has that massive temper. Remember that previously all it took was you saying something to her dummy cousin for her to go ballistic and attack you with dummies, robots, and knives. I can definitely see Mew Mew getting mad at you for leaving the peanut butter jar on the kitchen counter and bursting into your room at 3 AM with a fire axe to yell at you. I don't know where that came from. Also, there's no way Mew Mew isn't going to become an e-girl. Like, come on. Overall, not the worst roommate, but I'm not going to get yelled at for breathing the wrong way. Onion-san is certainly a character I'd feel like I'd get along with really well. They're starving for conversation and I can't get enough of it. Now, despite Onion-san having a personality I can get along with, I have to take into account that they are freaking massive. Like, it's a giant onion squid thing. Where am I gonna fit them in my house? Now, you could suggest an aquarium or something like that, but there's no way you can afford something for such a big character. So unless you want to fill up your entire living area with water, I would not suggest rooming with Onion-san.
The giant enemy spider.
Muffet is a character that I've had a weird history with. No, I will not elaborate on that. As a roommate though, yeah, she's not that good. I mean, you have to know that she's probably gonna leave webs all over your home, and it's not even the type of spider web that you could easily clean up. No, you can straight up get trapped in that stuff. Also, it's heavily implied that she eats people. Like, seriously, look at it. She's totally gonna eat you if you sleep for a little too long. And if she's not the one eating people, it's her giant muffin spider dog thing that you know is just gonna run rampant through the house. Now, it isn't all that bad living with Muffet. She is able to cook, and sure, a majority of her food is made of spider bits, but that's okay, probably. I don't know if eating a spider is bad for you. Muffet is also an entrepreneur. She actually got someone to buy a donut that costs probably more than a house. Overall, Muffet is fine, just not my favorite. Kinda.
Oh, yes.
Oh boy, Metaton. Now, I know that I said in my last video that Metaton would be very low on my list, but to quote the big purple man upstairs,
Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Metaton is definitely the most fun roommate on this list. Like, it's never gonna be dull with him in the house. Sadly, that comes at the cost of property damage. Imagine you're just chilling in your room and then your roommate crashes through your wall and starts quizzing you on the most random things. Metaton would also definitely be a Twitch streamer. Like, I don't know what he would do, but he's definitely gonna stream stuff. And he'd probably do it constantly because he's a robot and he probably has something built in so he can just do it. Anyways, despite being himself, Metaton can do a lot of good. He's able to fly, act, become attractive, cook, and a lot more. Also, Metaton is probably not going to be in the house that much considering he's a celebrity and would probably be out doing a lot of stuff. What did I say? Azrael is definitely a good option for a roommate. He's genuinely one of the kindest characters in the game, willing to sacrifice himself for the entirety of monster kind. He's willing to go along with your shenanigans for better or for worse, and he's definitely a friend you'd love to hang out with. Now, there's a downside to having Azrael as a roommate, and it's the fact that he's, well, a child. Like, you're gonna have to pay all the rent because I feel like he won't contribute anything to the finances. But if asked, he'd definitely do all the housework. Overall, like his parents, Azrael is a top tier option. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty obvious ntastic was gonna be number 1. I mean, come on. I saw the top comment on my last roommate ranking video. ntastic is definitely a top tier option. Sure, they're depressed, gloomy, make bad music, that's subjective. But besides maybe some noise issues, ntastic is definitely a really great pick. They're genuinely kind and considerate, and I don't really need to cook for them because all they eat is just ghost stuff. Now you know I'm gonna have to mention the main reason why ntastic is so high up, and it's because of the lying on the floor and feeling like trash sessions. God, that is so relatable. On that note, don't ask Kustopia what he does between 7:30 to 8 AM. Alright, well that was it for this ranking. I did say I was gonna go over my overall rankings in the end, so here it is. Number 13, Flowey. Number 12, Mew Mew. Number 11, Undyne. Number 10, Onion San. Number 9, Muffet. Number 8, Sans. Number 7, Papyrus. Number 6, Alphys. Number 5, Metaton. Number 4, Azrael. Number 3, Asgore. Number 2, ntastic. And number 1, Toriel. Before we go, I'd just like to bring up a new segment on my videos called the Kustopia Corner. It's where I highlight fan art and other cool stuff people have made for me, and today's highlight is this fan art of one of my old Undertale roleplay characters, Jake, created by Boom Bamk or ntastic. This is my first ever fan art and it's actually amazing, so thank you. If you ever want to send me fan art, you can send me an email through the one I sent in my channel description, or just go to my community tab and paste it in the comments of one of my posts. If you do that, I will feature you on one of my future videos, with full credit. Anyways, with that note, thank you all for watching and I will see you all in the next video.